The Southern Baptist Convention was founded in 1845. Its founding charter identifies its singular focus as the propagation of the gospel of Jesus Christ. The convention has grown to be a network of more than 50,000 cooperating churches, with almost 15 million members and a weekly attendance of over 5 million. But many churches are leaving the denomination over the rampant liberalism that is infiltrating the convention, long regarded as the bastion of sound biblical theology, and many are falling prey to the deceptive ideology of the social justice movement. The Resolutions Committee of the Southern Baptist Convention, under the chairmanship of Professor Curtis Woods, met in Alabama in June 2019 and called for the adoption of Resolution 9.
I move that the Convention adopt Resolution number 9 on critical race theory and intersectionality.
To speak against.
Yes. Tom Buck, First Baptist Church, Lindale, Texas. Secondly, in the seventh whereas, it states that critical race theory and intersectionality alone are insufficient to diagnose and redress the root causes of social ills they identify. They're not merely insufficient, they're incapable of diagnosing man's problem and incompatible with the biblical gospel. Critical race theory is based upon Marxism, a godless intellectual foundation, and both include a praxis contradictory to the gospel of Jesus Christ. These views do not complement the gospel, they completely contradict it. Therefore, when it came to worldly philosophy and human tradition, Paul did not tell the Colossians to adopt or adapt, but to abandon.
It is our aspiration in this resolution simply to say that critical race theory and intersectionality are simply analytical tools. They're meant to be used as tools, not as a worldview.
It's not true. It's not.
And can be utilized simply as an analytical tool, not a transcendent worldview above the authority of Scripture. And we stand by the strength of this resolution.
Now, the question is on the adoption of Resolution 9 as is. If you are in favor of the adoption of Resolution 9, please signify so by an uplifted ballot. Those opposed by the same sign? The resolution is adopted.
The adoption of Resolution 9 has caused outrage in several Southern Baptist churches. Pastor Jeff Noblet explains why Grace Life Church for the Shoals is withdrawing from the convention.
At the last Southern Baptist Convention, the messengers from the churches voted to include critical race theory and intersectionality as tools to help us interpret the Bible. Now, if you don't know what critical race theory and intersectionality mean, among other things, it is the notion that if you're born white, you're already a racist. It doesn't matter what you feel or how you act. You're just a racist. All of the radical, liberal, progressive thought is in those terms. In order to appease the culture and get along, they actually voted to say we will include these unbiblical, God-hating, God-rejecting people and their theories to help us interpret the Bible. Not going to happen. I don't need radical, liberal, atheist, and godless people to help me understand the Scriptures. And the churches don't have the moral, spiritual fiber or fabric or courage and fortitude to do anything about it.
This video sets out to examine the depth of the growing compromise within the Southern Baptist Convention, and to show that this compromise has been led by the president of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, Dr. Albert Mohler.